Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
I'm really looking forward to talking to her. She has helped so many with her products, supported children and adults in many different areas going through some challenges, shall we say. And the secret is out. Her company is called Nana's Secret, and Nana is here. Welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great today. Thank you.
Wonderful that you're here. You can do it better than I can. So tell me about The Secret, the company that you have, and the types of products that you make and why you make them.
I have a couple of secrets. First one is my sodas. I'll tell you about the secret a little bit later about that. But the secret mostly is my epilepsy. Before I started my business, Nana's Secret, really no one knew that I had epilepsy. In fact, I just found that out a few weeks ago. I was talking to Steve D'Angelo and he's like, well, Nana, I didn't even know you had epilepsy. So I was like, oh, well, I didn't really understand that people didn't know I had epilepsy. So I had a label company and my biggest customer was a soda bottler who had 150 different brands that he did. And when the medical dispensaries were being built here in Washington State, someone came in my office one day to get a label printed and they noticed that I was having real difficult shakiness with my hands. And they told me you should go around the corner to the medical shop and get some cannabis and it will help you. So when I went around the corner, I noticed that all the edible products had been handwritten labels. And instead of thinking this medicine can help me, I thought these labels can help me in my business because I can print nice labels for them. But I bought some cannabis and I tried it and I noticed it did, in fact, help my seizures and the problems I was having from the side effects from the pharmaceuticals. And I had a conversation with my bottler and he was kind enough to offer to give me 10 different flavors for my sodas. So Nana's Secret began that way.
So were you making or selling the sodas before you changed up the formula? But like which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Well, I didn't change the formulas for the sodas. I used the same formulas that I've used from the beginning, which was the soda flavors from my bottler. I have orange cream, blue cream, honey lime ginger, grape, orange, cola. There's 10 different flavors. But when we began, yes, there was some bottling in Nana's kitchen, some labeling in Nana's kitchen, and delivered out of Nana's trunk to the medical dispensaries. But in 502, I wasn't allowed to do that. And we grew in the in the 502 recreational market. And now we're changing over to CBD products, which are a water soluble infusion. And we haven't got that up and going yet, but we just listed online the new label products, which are under gutsandglorycreative.com. If you pull that up, you'll see all of our new products. I believe they're maybe on nanasecret.com today. I'm not sure, but if they're not on there today, they'll be on there tomorrow. So that's what we do.
Wow. Were your sodas always cannabis infused?
In the beginning, they were cannabis infused. I infused them myself in my kitchen.
Gotcha.
But they will be infused in bottling facilities with CBD infusion.
Got it. Okay. Wow. So is this the same as, let's say somebody wanted to get the benefits of CBD? Would they, like many take a gummy? Is it kind of the same thing?
It depends on if the gummy has THC or CBD. They can be made both ways. I take CBD every morning in a tincture. I take it every night. Some people think, they can take CBD one time, and if it works, it's going to work. If it's not, it's not. But what people should be telling you online or on the phone or in the store is once you start taking CBD for whatever, if it's pain, if it's seizures, if it's cancer, whatever, you have to take it on a long term. You have to start taking it this morning and continue taking it every day. And you may not see the benefits today, but you will, once you take it for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, when it's like any other medication, you go to the doctor and they give you something for whatever condition you're seeing them for, and they'll tell you to take it for a period of time, whatever that period is. Well,
Sure.
CBD is like that. Any type of cannabis is like that. You can't just take it one time and, get rid of the problem.
I've heard that. And even people I know that take it for sleep, take CBD for sleep, they'll
Mhm.
take it like, every couple of days and then they'll find, well, it's not really working. I don't know what's going on here. And that's what it came down to. They weren't taking it on a regular basis.
Yeah. It's a really
Hmm.
very product. I like it. It works good for me.
Tell me the other things going on. What are the other secrets we're holding here, Nana?
Well, I'm working with people in different states. I don't really want to give that information out. I don't want to tell people who's working with me, who's in different states, because that's a little bit too much secrets for me to give out right now. I can tell you that Nanas will be coming out in other states very soon.
Well, how interesting. So we have sodas. Do we have other products as well?
Yes, we'll be doing tinctures as well. We'll be doing topical pain creams as well. Um, Not sure that I'm going to be doing gummies, but I may be doing gummies as well. I would like to do products that are easy for children to consume.
Uh, I believe at this point that we should talk about CBD, THC,
Hmm.
just to educate, because I think there's uh, a lot of questions. People aren't really sure what it is, how it works. Can we do that just briefly?
For my own personal, and I'm not going to say this is for everyone, but for me with my epilepsy, I've been diagnosed since I was 12 years old. In a couple months I'll be 66. So I didn't really have a problem with my seizures until I was 50, and I think a lot of it has to do with the side effects of the pharmaceuticals. I've been diagnosed now with stage 3 kidney disease, and a lot of the pharmaceuticals do affect your kidneys and liver. So,
Hmm.
getting ultrasound done in a couple of weeks for that. I saw a specialist a couple of days ago.
Wow.
But what people think about THC, I guess they think that you have to smoke cannabis to get the THC, and that's not true. They do extractions, so you can get oil just like you can with the CBD. And I would recommend that a lot for children who have seizures, because no one's talking about that, until I started Nana's Secret in 2012, 2013. I'm not sure exactly. I think it was April of 2012 was when I did the first um, licensing and trademark. Um, but for little children with seizures, I think there's going to be a combination of the THC and the CBD, and that hasn't been researched yet. That hasn't been developed yet. But just one of the other is not going to be helpful as the two together. I use both of those products, and I can't even tell you the last time I had a seizure. It's been so long.
Wow. I had no idea that they supported epilepsy. Didn't even and certainly side effects of medication. We have a couple of questions. We're going to go to a very short break. Instant feedback, steve@gmail.com is how you can reach us if you have a question for Nana. Um, nanasecret.com is the website. Is that
Yes,
correct?
that's
Wow.
correct.
Yeah, hang tight here. We're going to answer your questions. Learning a lot. The secret is out. We'll be right back.
This is a
Thank
car. No matter how much you kiss your lucky frog, wish on a star, do that thing you gotta do to get it to start, your car will eventually break down. And those repairs could cost you thousands, but not if you have Car Shield, like I do.
CarShield is America's #1 auto protection company. Their administrators have paid out over $1 billion in claims and cover most vehicles from 5,000 to 150,000 miles.
I trust CarShield administrators to pay your claims just like they paid mine.
I know cars break down. I don't want to pay for expensive repairs. That's why I have CarShield.
Let's keep it real. No one wants to get stuck with unexpected car repairs. Have you looked at how expensive those can be? From the stress of the breakdown, getting towed, and then you're hit with the bill? It's basically a nightmare scenario, and nobody wants that.
With coverage through CarShield's administrators, you'll receive 24/7 roadside assistance, courtesy towing, rental reimbursement at no additional charge. Plus, with CarShield's nationwide coverage network, you can choose the mechanic or dealership of your choice, no matter where you are.
I've been a CarShield customer for close to 7 years, had 3 vehicles covered, and they saved me close to $9,000.
The best thing about CarShield is just about everyone can afford coverage with no long-term commitment. So there's no more excuses why you haven't picked up the phone and called. At the end of the day, when it comes to your car breaking down, CarShield has got your back like nobody else I know.
If you're driving without a warranty, you have to call CarShield.
Yeah, you do. I drive with CarShield because they're the real deal. Do yourself a favor and give them a call today. Tell them I sent you. And remember, CarShield cars go farther.
Protect yourself now against expensive auto repair bills. Call CarShield for a free and instant protection plan quote. Once your car breaks down, it's too late. Call 800-908-6126. 800-908-6126. 800-908-6126.
And welcome back, everybody. We're talking about products infused with cannabis that supports many different things, especially products for children. Nana's Secret is the name of the product, specifically cannabis-infused soda. Nana is back with us here today. We have a question. This is from Michelle in Oakland, California. And she says, I'm concerned with taking drug tests for my job. Will that be a challenge with any of your products?
Depends on who her employer is. A lot of people, excuse me, a lot of people's employers do not allow cannabis. So the drug test is going to show that she's using cannabis. But if she's a medical patient, then that's going to have to be discussed with her employers. Laws are trying to be changed to protect cannabis patients. I don't know what state she lives in. I don't know what their laws
she's
are.
actually in California. It's Oakland here.
Yeah, but I don't know what California laws are as far as employment. So
Sure.
would need to talk to someone who knows more about the laws for medical patients in California. I'm in Washington, so
Gotcha.
yeah.
And they vary. It's first things were opening up for places like Colorado, and then they kind of spread from there. But yeah, every state is different.
A good thing to do though would be just simply Google cannabis medical laws for California. I mean, I know people there she could talk to about it, but I don't know what part of California. So if she wants a really quick answer, that would be what I would suggest she do.
Sure. What's the difference between THC infusion, CBD infusion?
THC infusion, you're going to have that high effect. CBD, you don't get any high effect whatsoever.
Okay.
You just get the medical benefits. You also get medical benefits from THC. You just have that high effect. Now, some people are going to have a high tolerance. They're not going to feel that. If you have medical issues like my seizures, I have grand mal, petit mal, and myoclonic seizures. I don't feel the high that people, they may be my friends and have different conditions. They feel it. They feel it a lot.
Did I hear you say before, to get maximum benefits, the product should contain THC and CBD?
The maximum health benefits.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They both work together.
That's what they do for me.
Gotcha. And I've been seeing even some gummies will have, I think it's 5% THC and 25% CBD. I'm seeing more of that pop up. I had not seen that previously. So if you really want really maximum health benefits, it should contain both.
Yes. And I've been told, I don't know that this is true because I don't really pay attention to it, but I have been told that if you smoke too much cannabis or take too much cannabis with THC, and then you turn around and you take CBD because you need to drive somewhere, go somewhere, that the CBD will lessen that high effect.
Yes. As a matter of fact, and I think it's the other way around, and I'm trying to remember now, if you were to take too much, yes, now it's coming back. If you were to smoke or do whatever too much THC, you can counterbalance it with CBD.
Yeah, I just recently heard that. So that's why I can't say for certain because I haven't tested it. But
Gotcha. Got
recently
it.
heard.
Why, out of all the products, I think it's genius. Who doesn't like soda? Why'd you pick soda? You know, gummies are so popular. But why soda?
Well, it's just an easier product for children to medicate with. I mean,
Okay.
it in a small container and, they can drink it themselves. It's just easier for children. I know, like I said, when I was diagnosed at 12 years old, the first neurologist that gave me prescriptions gave me 5 different prescriptions. So do you know what it's like for a child to hold 5 different pills in their hand and have to
Oh,
swallow those? I
good
really don't
luck.
doctors, and I really don't like it when they write out prescriptions. So big pharma is not one of my favorite people. They give children prescriptions, and they fail to tell them that once they start taking them and then they try to stop taking them, that could almost cause death. In 2015, I was in the hospital for 8 days. After 3 days, I woke up and I didn't know my name. My memory for my entire life just disappeared. So that's what pharmaceuticals will do to you.
Wow. Um, well, this would be another podcast or maybe 15. But why isn't CBD FDA approved? Maybe it's because of big pharma.
It's definitely because of big pharma, but pharma. The most important thing today is cannabis, CBD, anything to do, any kind of products. They have no side effects whatsoever. I've been using these products since 2012. Yes, and no side effects whatsoever.
Wow. What opened the floodgates, if you will, for you to feel comfortable to start taking these products?
I had to trust the people who came in my office and said, Nana, you got to try this. It will help you.
Hmm.
So when you're as sick as I was, you're willing to try anything, especially when people come in and say, we use this. It's great. It doesn't have side effects. It will help you. And I was ready to try whatever because I was no longer able to use my computer. I mean, the shakes were too bad.
How interesting. So we have sodas here. Will they also support adults?
Yes, I'm an
Okay.
adult. I was drinking every day.
And just the packaging on the sodas, the flavors, it's fun. Like it's truly fun.
Yes.
Wow. So I want to go back to how the sodas came about. Were you met a soda company and
Well,
they
I owned a label printing company. We printed
ah
labels, and my bottler was one of my customers who printed like 150 different brands. And when I saw that this product worked, I knew I didn't want other children to grow up the way I did. So I thought, well, we could put this in sodas. And I went and talked to my bottler. It took me 3 months to convince him that this was a good thing for children. And
wow.
he gave me 10 different flavors that he produced that was his flavors and said, we can do this. And he has stuck it out with me all this time. He built a brand new building to do Nana's CBD sodas because when we started, there was no rule and regulation that required the recreational license that we had. And then about 2 years ago, after my brain fog started clearing, the Liquor and Cannabis Board here in Washington said, oh, no, no, you can't do that. You're a medical patient. You're going to have a recreational license. Another podcast to talk about. I do
Wow.
not license anymore. Medical patients were all pushed out of Washington state, and only the recreational market was allowed to continue so they could take 38% taxes from all of the cannabis products. So Nana's Secret is currently not allowed to produce her sodas in Washington state with CBD, but we're going to keep moving forward.
It blows my mind how this supports so many millions of people, millions around the world every day, and it's still a steep climb. And is it true that CBD supports the endocannabinoid system? I'm probably saying that wrong.
Cannabinoid, yes.
Cabot. Thank you. in our bodies anyway. It's in our bodies.
Yes, this is true.
Wow. What do you want people to know? Especially when it comes to kids, parents are very careful. Yeah, you might be a parent, an adult, and you CBD supports you. How do you get over the hump wondering, well, can I give it to my kid and what age and all of that?
It's a safe product. If you don't feel comfortable giving it to your child who's very sick, take it yourself for a couple of weeks or a month or however long it makes you feel comfortable. And you'll see it will not harm you. So if it's not going to harm you, it's not going to harm your child. And look how many children are taking it. Look how many adults are taking it.
Very true. And look at how many people are dealing with so many health issues, and now they're, they take, pharmaceuticals that might not be the best thing for them because of the side effects. How do we get your products, Nana? Can we receive them by mail? How does that all work?
Our online website will be up for patients to order very soon. We just got our Nana's Foundation for Children with Epilepsy licensed about a month ago. Excuse me. My artist is in Florida. He just sent up an updated version of Nana's Secret, the website he's building for the foundation. A percentage of my products and other companies who are also going to be white labeling products with Nana's Secret to donate to the foundation. He's doing that website to go up, I hope, this week.
Wow.
So, yeah, people will be able to order Nana's products online very soon.
Amazing. Well, starting point is nanassecret.com.
Correct.
Right. Nana, great having you here today. I think what you do is amazing. Are you a Nana?
I am 4 times. That's how my oldest granddaughter was going to call me Granny. And I'm like, no, my mother is Granny. So please don't call me that. And she's like, oh, no problem. I'll just call you Nana. I said, that works for me. That
Beautiful.
works.
And my grandmother, her name was Nanny. I'd even have to think about what her real name was. But I had to think a second because that's what she was known as, and that's what you're known as. Again, thank you for being here, and keep doing what you're doing. I'm looking forward next time we get together.
Thank you, Steve, very much. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on social media platforms. Tell everyone about Nana's story. I do appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.